Hello there, and welcome to the Star Wars Guys YouTube channel, where the Force is family. I am Mando on Fire, aka Michael, and just remember that this is another reaction to a new series that I'm doing, Mando Reacts. But today is actually less of a reaction and more of a commentary, just because there is actually something that I've been feeling compelled to share with you. Now, some of you may know, such as my following on TikTok, because this is actually where I get some of my content inspirations from. Like that one video that we made about how Leia was cast in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, I originally saw on my For You page on TikTok. Now, with that being said, there's something serious we have to talk about. Because there is a person on TikTok who has been making inappropriate jokes about the Bad Batch Omega character. And so, no matter how you feel about Omega, I want you to watch these clips with an open mind. And consider this also your trigger warning based on the context of these jokes. And just remember that this is a reaction to it. And so I will be giving my thoughts on it, and then you can also give your thoughts in the comments. So without further ado, let's get to the first clip.
Sometimes we laugh, sometimes we cry, but I guess you know now. What I'm about to do, I enjoy.
Yeah, your eyes did not deceive you. You just saw somebody making a joke about Omega in that context. You just saw that. And so you can understand why this is actually so important to me that I have to talk about. Because not only is this so inappropriate to post as a Star Wars content creator, but it also makes you look bad. Like, I really cannot fathom why this content creator thought this was okay. Now, the thing is that a bunch of TikTok creators like myself have talked about this and responded to these videos. But one thing's for sure that has happened, except for me, admittedly, is that they've had their videos taken down for harassment and bullying, even though you can clearly tell who is in the wrong here. And this is actually one of his responses to these videos, when someone actually said that Omega is a child, therefore you should not joke about this. And so, with that being said, let's get into the next clip. And so, with that being said, just remember, watch it with an open mind. Consider this your trigger warning, because there's a lot to take in. Especially given what kind of jokes this content creator is making.
Omega says this is where our mutations were manipulated and enhanced. How did she know? Because she was there. Omega was created before us. Technically, she is older than we are. Omega.
So basically, somebody had said that Omega is a child, and therefore this creator should not be making these sorts of jokes. And his response is that it doesn't matter because technically she's older than the Bad Batch and actually created them. Which I want to say is actually a very, very stupid way to justify this sort of behavior. Just because the only reason the clones look the way they do, even though they're technically younger, is that they have growth acceleration, which is actually what leads me to this next clip that I'm going to show you. And this was actually something that I had posted in response. And I will also be talking about another thought that I had in a similar response video. So I'll go ahead and pull this up for you so that you may be able to see it. With that being said, like I said, watch this with an open mind because this is a sensitive topic. And that's all I can really say about this sort of thing, just because I know that's how people can get offended by these sorts of things, like I have, which is why I'm sharing this video. So here's the next clip that I want to show you that I had posted in response to basically debunk his response to somebody saying that she's a child. So there you go. That's your answer. Tech had said it. They have growth acceleration, and Omega doesn't. In fact, that clip also goes to extend on this idea that there's a second clone that is unaltered, being Boba Fett with the codename Alpha. And then, if you know anything about Greek lettering or any sort of the military language, or in my case, if you grew up in the church, we associate Alpha as in the beginning, where in the church we say God is the beginning, and then Omega is the end. God is the last. Now, this isn't me saying something religious just for the sake of being religious. I'm just making this comparison to illustrate my point. Where Boba is the first clone to have been made, and Omega was the last one. And at the time, Boba looked to be about 10 years old. And come the Clone Wars, he's about 13. And even though that the show does not disclose Omega's age in any sort of way, it does we do know based on physical attributes that she's made to look like a child thus far, who's roughly about, I would say, 8 to 12 years old, give or take. Who knows, maybe she's even the same age as Boba. And if you have a definitive answer, please let me know in the comments. So yeah, that's really all I wanted to talk about, and basically give why this sort of thing makes the Star Wars fan base look bad. Because when you put yourself out there and you make that sort of content, you're representing something bigger, which is why we say the Force is family. Because once you become part of the Star Wars fandom, or any fandom for that matter, you become something that's much larger than yourself. So therefore, you have to create something and put something out there that makes it look good, or at the very least doesn't make the fandom look toxic and inappropriate. And not only that, there are just some things that family has to hold other family members accountable, which is why I'm making this video, to hold this one creator accountable for making these jokes and saying, hey, what you're doing is wrong, you need to stop this. And that's what other content creators have done as well. Now, before some of you go in the comments and say, oh, it's just a joke. Oh, he didn't actually mean it like that. Oh, or say something like, oh, it's a fictional character. It doesn't mean anything. Well, first of all, just because it's a fictional character doesn't make it any less wrong. Because you're still going into the mindset that if this person was true, and if this person was real, I would do this. In that case, what's stopping you now? In the case that it's just a joke, the thing is that jokes have limits. There's just some things you don't joke about. And let's say that somebody had made a joke about a loved one in this similar context. You would get offended. I know I would. So why is it any different? But anyways, that's enough of me talking, just because this is a very sensitive topic. And more or less, I actually want to see what your responses are to these videos. And whatever you do, please do not try to dox him or anything. Please do not send him any hate. But just please do raise awareness on this subject. Because no matter how you feel about Omega as a character, this shouldn't stop you from saying, yes, this is wrong. We need to end this. So anyways, that'll be all for today. Thank you for watching the Star Wars guys. If you have anything else that you would like me to react to, feel free to let me know in the comments. And also follow my TikTok, Mando on Fire, which is in the description. And also follow the Star Wars Guys official Instagram, which is also in the description. So thank you very much, and just remember that the Force will be with you always. Thank you.